Good morning and welcome back to my kitchen again. Today we're going to do something fun and really pretty. We're going to make a peach tart. Now I've already peeled and sliced my peaches, and I got my food processor out, and what happened was I started this video and I didn't have a card in my camera. So the process of putting the flour, butter, and sour cream into the food processor didn't film. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you. When you put your flour, your butter, and your sugar into sour cream into the food processor, and you start processing it and pulsing it, it'll incorporate everything, and then it'll whiz it around and it puts it into a ball, just like it did when I was making the dumplings. See how it makes it form a ball? And that's when you know that your crust is ready to take out of the food processor and press it into your tart pan. And I'm sorry that I didn't get the actual process of making it, but I didn't have my card in the camera. I had taken it over to the computer to edit a video. So let me get my pan, and I'll show you putting the crust in, and then we'll bake the crust, and then we'll get the tart made. Okay, I'm working on the tart pan, and I'm just pressing it around to the edges. I don't like it real thick here where it comes back up the side, but I'm working it, and then I push it because I want to be sure I get all the little crimps on there when I take the bottom out when it's finished. So just working with getting my dough in the pan. And I'll give y'all the recipe. I don't have it right here by me. You bake this for about 15 minutes at 375, and I have the oven heating. You don't want it done. You just want it set really well. And then we'll put it back in at 350 when we fill it, and cook it till it's about an hour, it said. We'll see. That looks pretty good to me. You want to be sure it's up in those little scallops really pretty, because we want it. I know it's going to shrink some, so I'm trying to do it where I'll be sure and have it up in there. It may not be perfect, but it'll be pretty. So here's our tart crust, and I'm going to get it in the oven, and then we'll come back and fill it here just a little bit. Okay, I've got the tart pan out of the oven, and it's just barely light brown set, and now I'm going to let it cool just a little bit, and then we'll put the peaches in it and finish it up. Okay, while my crust is cooling just a little bit, we're going to go ahead and fix the topping that you put on it. And that is 3 large eggs, 3/4 of a cup of sugar, 3/4 of a cup of sour cream, 1/4 of a cup of flour. And we're going to mix that together. Then we're going to put our peaches in the pan. We'll pour this over it, and we're going to bake it for about an hour. And then when it comes out of the oven, we're going to melt a 1/2 cup of peach preserves and a tablespoon of lime juice, and we're going to glaze the top of it with that. So, and let me tell you, if I didn't, what was in the crust. 1 1/4 cups of flour, 1 stick of softened butter, and 2 tablespoons of sour cream. So you have your crust, and then you put your peaches in, and then you put your filling or your custard on the top and let it cook, and then we'll glaze it. So let me get this whipped together, and we'll be ready to get this thing rolling here. Maybe the crust will be cool by then. So I have my 3 eggs. I'm going to add my sugar. And my flour. And now let me get the sour cream in. This makes a really pretty tart. And I like the presentation. That's important to me. I like for it to be pretty. But sometimes ugly stuff tastes good too. Okay, let me stir it around and make sure we got it all incorporated really well. I think that's good. So I will get the peaches in to the tart. Then we'll be ready to pour that on the top. Let me get my tart pan back over there. And I baked my crust on a cookie sheet because I didn't want to mess with the bottom when I was picking it up and down. So you're just going to line your peaches around in here. But you just put your peaches around. These are Georgia peaches that our HEB got in and had this week, so I thought, well, I'll just make a tart with them. And on the original instructions it says to overfill it. That one has a dark spot on it. It said to overfill the tart because it's going to shrink some when you cook it. Now, I think that would be called overfilling myself. It's pretty full. See if I can just poke a few little places in here and there. And because my tart pan is smaller, I don't think it's going to take all the custard. Okay, I'm going to add some custard to it. I may end up having enough to make a second tart. We'll see. And you want it all down in and among your peaches. Yeah, I'm going to have enough for a second one, I'm pretty sure. This is a 1 inch, and you really need a 1.5 to a 2 inch. I'm just going to move them a little bit and see if I can get some custard down in the middle of them. Okay, I will make a second one out of this. But right now I'm going to get this into my oven. Now I've cut my heat down from, you bake the tart a little bit for 15 minutes on 375. And then you cut your heat down to 350 for cooking this for about an hour. So I'm going to put it in. And I have a thermometer in here and it's telling me that it's at about 350. Right on the money. So I'm going to set my timer for an hour. But I'm going to check it ahead of time. And when the custard sets, it's pretty well going to be ready. So I'll bring y'all back in a minute and show you a beautiful peach tart. Okay, y'all, I got the tart out of the oven and I'm heating in the microwave my peach preserves and lime juice. And I'm going to come back and glaze the top of it and let y'all watch me while I do that. Okay, I'm going to, I got this heated in the microwave. And I'm just going to glaze the top of it for it to look pretty. Bit of shine on it and a little more flavor because this is just, I got the more fruit spread from HEB. It's not overly sweet, but it's got that good peach taste. Now I'm going to let this cool and I'll take it out of the tart pan and show you what it looks like and we'll cut it. And I've got it out of the tart pan and onto my platter and I wanted to show y'all how pretty it looks. And I just put the rest of the glaze in the center to keep from wasting it. And in just a little bit when it cools, okay, I'm back with a slice of this beautiful tart. It is so pretty. Look at that. And I'm fixing to get a fork and taste of it. I bet it's just as good as it is pretty. What do y'all want to think? like peaches. I really do like peaches. So see if I can get it on my fork here. That's very good. The crust reminds me, have you ever made pecan tassies and you have that crust that has cream cheese in it? The crust is similar to that. It's not hard, and the inside is a little bit tart, a little bit sweet, and it's yummy. So here's another one for y'all to put in your arsenal and use. It was easy to make, and it's pretty. So you could use this for a ladies' luncheon or just a special treat for your family. So go look in your recipe drawer and get you some recipes out. Do a casserole and a salad and a dessert, or just a pot of soup and cornbread. But put some food on your table and eat with your family gathered around, and pay attention to one another instead of that cell phone. And make some sweet lasting memories and learn what's been going on. That's always fun. Y'all have a blessed day. It's Saturday here today, and we're going to have a good weekend. And I'll see y'all tomorrow with something good.